Welcome back, everybody. It's episode 27 of our Midnight Suns analytics run. Got a little bit of a longer one here for you because we're introducing a new character. We're gonna get to meet Storm. She's the the third DLC character that we'll be bringing in. And this episode doesn't involve Hunter until the very end. Involves a couple of different X-Men going out and participating in a fight, teaming up with Storm. We don't have Wolverine on the team yet, so we're going to get to see two characters we don't actually get to control their decks. Two characters that have no upgrades in their decks. So we're going to have a little bit of challenge with that, but Magik should be very valuable in this because she's going to be the most upgraded badass version of all three of these. However, you will see that Storm is really, really powerful. She's a really great addition to the team. She's got some really great moves that attack multiple people at once. It's going to be really fun to see Storm kick some butt.
What is the problem?
A year ago, the professor detected a mutant living here with dormant abilities. I met with her, a fierce young woman named Dahlia, and invited her to attend Xavier's school. She declined. The orphanage was all she knew. I came here today to see if she had changed her mind, but according to the orphanage, she disappeared,
quote unquote,
3 months ago.
Let me guess. As soon as her powers manifested.
You got it, dude.
It's my fault. I didn't want to push her, to take her away from the only place she felt safe. I thought she could hide in plain sight a bit longer. I was wrong.
I mean, I don't see why not.
You thought was right, as you always do.
Dahlia would never harm another person.
You
Now
barely
she
know this
slipped
person.
through the cracks. Another ghost in the wind.
This city is not kind to its ghosts.
Oh, Wolverine smells something.
Especially not when it's infested with vampires.
With a Y.
That's why we're gonna find her before they do.
They already found us.
Protect the children, at any cost.
Do you think those vampires would really go in and eat all
As
those
if preying
children
on
at the orphanage?
innocent wasn't enough for them. They come for the most vulnerable.
Okay, well anyway, we're gonna get
I
started.
would call them cowards, but they are just mindless scavengers looking for an easy
That's
meal.
how I feel too.
I've got something they can chew on right here.
Schnickty schnickty schnine. Okay, we're gonna get rid of...
So it's
There was a lot of, like, talking in the game.
Whatever gets
There
the
for a
job
moment?
done.
I think that audio is in the game, but I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, we have Wolverine going through, causing a lot of damage. Here's Storm's first move, crushing blow. It's a heroic that hits for 73. If you leave it in your hand, Storm has a lot of really cool moves where if you leave them in your hand for a turn, they will be more powerful the second time you see them. So that's really valuable. We're doing an absolutely great job in this first mission, but unfortunately I forgot that this Hemolisk over here was going to Dark Incubate, so now we have more dudes out on the floor. These Hemolisks are, in my opinion, really a pain in the butt. Yes, this is perfect. The pull to hit this Hemolisk out of existence before it's able to Dark Incubate was really valuable.
My power is...
Then we're going to give Wolverine just an absolute boatload of block.
Appreciate it.
And he's able to shove. That's our first shove! Yay! And I learned that skill in the last episode. And so now you're going to see Wolverine running around shoving dudes quite a bit in this fight. I mean, it's literally anybody could do the shove, but... Okay, these vampires are a little worse than regular dudes in the fact that they do this thing called Infect. Cause your cards to add bleed when you play them. So, like, we can play these Wolverine cards, but they're going to... Okay, see, this Gale Force is one where I didn't play it last turn because it added quick for the second turn. So if I play those Wolverine cards that just got infected, he'll gain bleed in addition to the effects of the card. So, something we kind of want to avoid where possible. A nice forceful knockback caused these two dudes to have a little bit less health. We're going to be able to get rid of that Hemolisk before it's able to do anything else thanks to Wolverine's chain swipes. And then now we're just down to these last couple of dudes.
Whatever works for
And
you.
unfortunately, Wolverine took on some bleed from that action. So, and we're going to hopefully be able to switch card play into something that will get us down to only one bad guy left in this fight. Chain Strike would be really good here because we'd be able to get rid of both these dudes, but unfortunately we're just going to have to... Oh, we still had a shove this turn, so that's perfect. So we shoved that guy. See, that shove is so critically important. It's all about move economy, people. One additional move per... One additional action per turn just really topples things in our direction, makes things just a lot easier for us. We really want them to have as few actions per turn compared to the amount of actions we get to take, and the shove is just an extra way to cause damage. That's really powerful. I mean, it doesn't cause a lot of damage, but it takes out any given, like, commando or regular vampire or something.
It is beneath your stature.
Dude, trying to tell Storm what to do?
Beneath me, all I see is you.
The new breed vampires are an evolution, just as mutants were before them. But vampires continue to grow. Mutants remain tethered to humanity, a broken branch on the evolutionary tree. These cast-offs are not your family. They are fuel. There is a food chain. And it is time we ate up.
Okay, now we finally get to fight Sin. Actually, we did fight Sin once before, but I was so successful in that fight with Deadpool that we didn't even get to see her take an action, I don't think. So, we're going to see Sin in action here. She does a lot better. On this fight here, there are just an absolute ton of... There's an absolute ton of damage to hand out. And we really need to be careful. There's going to be reinforcements, so it's really just all about getting Sin out. And remember, because she's a superhero villain, we're going to have to take her out twice. She's going to go out down to 0 health, get downed, so she won't get a turn that turn, but then she'll come back at full health and be able to go all the way over again. So, need to be smart about our move economy and get ourselves in a situation where we can take her out. Now, you're going to see that she gets a lot of good chances to play. There's also this turned Mystic that's in the back of the fight here, and that dude, that lady is also a pain in the butt. So Sin and the turned Mystic kind of have the exact same actions, except for that Sin gets 2 turns per round. So the turned Mystic is a little less powerful than Sin. Obviously, Sin has a lot more health as well. So yeah, we're doing a good job of clearing out all the rabble from this round, but we haven't even touched Sin, and we haven't touched this elite over here either. So we're not in a perfect position. Doing this Berserk was a little bit more about getting the life steal onto the Wolverine cards than anything else. It's also to get the 2 extra heroism so that we can run this awesome hero combo and hit Sin for just like an absolute ton. Bam! Nice dropkick. Good teamwork. I wish those hero combos actually showed the heroes comboing instead of just it all being about like little cuts back and forth between them, but I like to think that they're, they're choosing their actions based on their own superpowers. Okay, we got Sin pretty low, so we should be able to stun her. Now here, you might think this was a mistake, and I guess in theory it was out of order, but what reality is going to happen is that we're going to have enough damage to be able to make sure she doesn't get a turn this turn. Yeah.
Now it's my turn.
So we put Sin to down status here. She doesn't get to go this round. So although we could have saved that stun for another time, I think we managed to play that pretty much correctly. Unfortunately, this lady, boom, look at that blast. And, okay, so now on this particular map, one has to be careful to stay away from the areas where the wall has already been exploded, because on subsequent turns, that same blast could blast your hero straight off of the ledge, and you end up with a KO because of it. So, in theory, you could do the same to the bad guys and blast them off the edge, but the better thing is to make sure that before the turn is over, that you're not standing in front of one of those gaps. Storm, there's Crushing Blow, just absolutely just demolishing a full health bad guy with one move. It only costs 1 heroism for Crushing Blow, so that's really good. This is a move by Wolverine where we're lowering the health of all 3 of these bad guys. Partly, as a result, the mission was to taunt them to attack Wolverine, because we want Wolverine to be the one to attack, because he has like 100 block right now. So we wanted him to be taunting all these dudes. The blast does knockback. Sin does 1 knockback blast and then does a subsequent knockback blast. We did also, I think, taunting her meant that she doesn't do her Hemolisk switch, where she can turn a dude like this, she can turn this trooper into a Hemolisk, and that can be... I almost wish we had let her do that, because it would kind of waste one of her turns. Okay, so you can see that Magik's health is pretty low, so we're going to give her also this lifesteal ability. And then we're going to run Gather on as many people as we can. We're going to try to grab 4 people, and so we're going to hit all 4 of them for 25. Pull them together. That part's a little less important in this case. But for every person that we hit, we're going to gain 25 health. So she's going to gain 100 health from this 1 card. Absolutely valuable use of that item. Huge play. I think that might end up being the play of the game. We're going to find out a little bit later.
As they say, it gets the job done.
Wolverine doing some shoving, knocking people around. That might cause a retribution, which will cause a bunch of people, to... Whenever you attack Sin, she causes other characters to be taunted to attack the person that attacked her last. We want Wolverine to be the one getting hit, because he has ways to do to gain life, specifically lifesteal. So, although he's already at maybe about 2/3 health, so we're a little bit nervous. Okay, here's Sin playing her Hemolisk move. That kind of benefits us. Dang, she went after Magik again. Good thing we added 100 health to Magik. But meanwhile, this Stormtrooper blasts. And that blast was actually really convenient that she went over Storm, because it made it so that Storm didn't knock back into anything. If she'd chosen Magik right after blasting open that wall, that would have been really unfortunate for us. I'm fairly sure that was a quick. Yep, so we got a card play refund. Here's another Vortex. I really like this move. It does a good job of moving people around, and this particular one blasts 2 dudes into our teammates for double damage. Well, not double, but bonus damage. And look, you can see that wall. Whoa, wall came back. But when we knock back the Mystic into the wall, it should have caused that wall to disappear, but oh well. We had a little bit of a weird glitch there. So we're going to do 4 chain strikes against Sin for 80 damage. And a taunt. I think it also causes a retribution. But I think we're gonna knock Sin out on this move. Here is Magik soul blasting Sin into Wolverine for the last card play. And you'll note that we don't have any more card plays, right? Well, good news. We have the move and shove still for this turn. So we should be able to use our shove to shove Sin into somebody else. I think I might shove Sin into her teammate so that both of them get killed. This Dark Retribution could have been a bad problem, but the key to remember is that on this level, we're not trying to beat all the bad guys. We're specifically just trying to defeat Sin. So, Storm coming over and shoving Sin with an overkill. I think we just knocked that Mystic off the ledge. So that's the end of the fight. There's a little bit of a cutscene here for us to watch, and then we'll be on to the analytics. Storm's such a great team lead. Feels to me that Sin doesn't look like she should be able to get out of that situation, but I guess she has red powder ability that she can call on even when she's being electrocuted, so...
That was a quarter of my power.
Oh, jeez.
I'm glad the training stayed with you.
The danger room left an impression. As you did with Sin. She won't be back.
It's why she was here in the first place that concerns me.
Yeah. We're gonna have to find that Dahlia girl.
This is bigger than us. If we're going to take on Sin...
And find Dahlia.
We need reinforcements.
The Midnight Suns.
Men are off-planet dealing with the Shi'ar brood war.
Don't worry. The Midnight Suns will help.
Yeah. Let's be honest, Magik is pretty cool. That's easy 3 stars. We absolutely smoked that level. Storm, beware the growing storm. She's here. So, we have finished the first Storm DLC mission. She's going to be on the team starting now. So, the Gather was the best move of the fight. That hero combo was also really valuable. 140 damage, incredible. Storm's moves were really great. Obviously, Storm was the best, though. Although Magik had that really powerful move, Storm got most of the KOs and delivered almost double the damage. Lots of damage from that turned Mystic. That one Hemalisk switch, though, turned out to be kind of a waste for Sin, so that's why she got the lowest score for the team. Yeah, that Gather card is really powerful if it has that lifesteal on it. I think it's still a pretty powerful card if you can get a lot of dudes on. It's very situational, so you got to get it exactly right. Sin did make the top 5 all-time baddies just from this one fight, and Storm comes in at number 1 after one joining of the team. She's our number 1 hero, so that's really exciting. She's very powerful. We'll see whether that stays for long. Crushing Blow, a very powerful card, already made it into the top 10. Gale Force, also very powerful, hitting the top 10 right off the bat. So that, and I thought it might be interesting to look at the skill cards instead of just the heal cards, but I just wanted you to know that the attack cards are going to be the top cards going forward, and here's some of the skills. I'm not going to show that every week, but unfortunately the skills have fallen off of the top list. And so that's the end of our analysis for Hard Knock Life. We'll see you next time at the Abbey.